Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to the Ascended Podcast. My name is Caleb Schuelke. I'm happy to be back and finally streaming our first official episode, actually recording, actually broadcasting to all members on the Altura platform. It is so exciting to have our own site that we own in our own domain, that we are hosting our own events on, because that's going to mean that freedom of speech, saying what we want, actually putting the real information that will help you guys out will happen here. And if you guys are members too, having our private meetups, discussing information about the way that world actually works and functions within it will be shared. No holds barred, everything goes. This is Altura, and I'm so happy to finally be presenting from the inside. Tonight, we're going to talk about what we talked about Monday. And part of that's because our episode, right, that we actually was our technical first episode on our platform, had issues streaming. The download didn't save, unfortunately, with me and Anthony. So I'm going to be kind of going back over the same stuff. And I think that's actually important because we lost a lot of the messaging, right, that I think you guys really need to hear right now. A lot of it's tied to specifically AI, what networking and social interaction around it actually means. How are people building businesses with AI? What does this look like? And how can you protect yourself in an ever-changing? The answer is the same as it's always been. And without further ado, every connection you think you have is a lot. The LinkedIn with 2,000 connections, absolutely worthless. The mastermind, more importantly, that you guys are paying 5-10 grand a month for, it's a pyramid scheme for smart people, essentially. And by the end of this stream tonight, you're going to cancel every single one of those networking groups, courses, subscriptions that you have that are simply just playing you. Tonight, more importantly, I'm going to show you there is a multi-billion-dollar industry built around one single item that you guys need to network. Go to this conference, right? Go to meetup.com, join this mastermind, join my community to get the one skill that's going to make you rich. That's all you see on Instagram. Pay for this community. And what do you actually get most of the time? A Slack channel, a Discord, right? A school community that nobody checks, a Zoom call maybe once a month where everyone's on mute, maybe a coffee chat or coffee meeting that goes absolutely nowhere. I've been there. I've spent thousands of dollars on people like Iman Gadji's courses just to feel disappointed at the end and lacking real connection. I call it the networking industrial complex, right? Like the military industrial complex, full of massive players trying to compete and pull the best game. And here's the dirty secret. It's designed to keep you paying without really ever delivering result. Let me ask you something, right? When's the last time that a connection actually put money in your bank? It sounds like impossible, right? It sounds like such a distant concept. Really shouldn't be, right? That's the point. Not, just open the door networking or not just introduced me to somebody interesting, actually deposited dollars into your account because of one person that gave you. For most of you, I would say, especially in your follower count, your LinkedIn connections, that's been, and that's not a bug, right? That's the actual business model. You guys think you're missing out some part of your connection listening to what I'm saying, but I'm saying that there's no surprise to this. It's exactly working the way it's supposed to. You guys really weren't supposed to get anything out of your LinkedIn connection. Here's what I figured out. You don't need more connection. You need more transactions, right? Proof. A connection is just a handshake, either virtual or in person, right? We do plenty of those, and the plan is to do plenty of those with the Altura meetup events, right, in the real world in major cities around the globe. But a transaction is a deposit. It's money that actually changes your life, pays the bills, pays rent. Stop collecting handshakes because you can't mobile deposit a hand. You don't need more connections. You need more transactions. Basically, talk about my experience. I went to a virtual type of group last year. They had conferences, they had courses. $2,000 that I spent on this program and all the sub programs. Do you know what I walked out? Basically a lanyard or an invite pass, right? A tote bag and basically 47 follow requests, business card type things from people who never responded to a single follow-up email. But here's the part that actually got me out of this. And I think it's crazy really to talk. The speakers, the people I listened to at this conference, about half of them were just selling courses and saying, right, if you really want to learn more, I'm just giving you a taste of my program, but you have to pay more money than it costs to go to the conference for their program. It was literally just, I was paying to be in a marketing funnel. They were just selling your dream of being on the stage with them. A conference about selling dreams, right? It's a pyramid scheme with better lighting, a stage, and a gift. Meanwhile, the people that are actually building, that are making real businesses, real money, they're not doing conferences. They're doing maybe at the most a podcast like this, right? They're not networking. They're actually fucking working. They're executing. They're closing deals. So I stopped going, right? And I started building something that actually solves the problem conferences just kind of pretend to solve. And again, when we host our own conferences, we will address this problem and do it completely different from any of the Y Combinator things or any TED conferences, talk things you've seen in a place where you don't pay to be in a room with people who might do business or that, have a good conversation with you and you never see. You're on a platform where people are actively doing business right now, right? It, that's what Altura is. Everything else is just a pyramid scheme with better lighting and a gift. Let's be clear really about what Altura is. It's not a social network. It's not Twitter. It's not LinkedIn. It's not LinkedIn with a token exchange, right? Because we have a cryptocurrency. That's how you guys win with us as we grow. It's a marketplace where real work gets exchanged for real money. You're a designer. Somebody right now has a bounty posted for a landing page. You're a developer. There's a $500 gig with your name on it there. Somebody's waiting to pay you. All you got to do is sign up and list your service, and our AI will connect you. You're a marketer. Somebody needs a funnel built by Friday, and they're willing to throw money at you. You guys, the biggest problem with a business is selling it, is bringing money in the door, and we are solving the most important problem you'll ever have with a business. Your idea could be terrible, right? As long as it actually executes, we will bring the traffic to your problems are solved. Here's what we get, right, different than everybody else and why it's actually worth it, right? Because we're not doing anything revolutionary too much, right? Upwork, Fiverr, all those platforms, right? They offer you to list your service and connect you with buyers, but they're also sketchy, right? They take 10 to 20% of your earnings, basically like income tax on top of your income tax. Let's do the math on that, right? Your $10,000 on a project on Upwork, they take up to $2,000. $2,000 for hosting your profile, for maybe getting you a few views when the internet's basically doing that already. You could have ran that on ads and gotten a cheaper deal. On Altura, we take a 5% flat fee. That's $500, right? Instead of $2,000 for brokering the transaction, because we do have to step in. Complicated projects, we do have to hold the money to make sure you're not going to get scammed, to make sure your customer isn't going to get scammed. That is a service, and we guarantee you will both be happy, and we bring you the business, right? That's a $1,500 return back in your pocket from otherwise listing on the biggest platform out there, Upwork, for this type of stuff. And we have real escrow, not like trust me, bro, right? Like milestone-based escrow. The money is locked in as soon as your customer pays, right? It releases when the work is delivered and the customer's happy with it. Or if you're the customer, when you pay, we secure it in our basically bank vault until the seller, you and us, can guarantee has delivered comparable material. There's no ghosting, there's no chargebacks, there's no just like Zell me and I'll get it done, right? There's no sorry I changed my mind after you did all the work and you have to hope they give you a you deliver, you get paid, period. That's how business should always fucking. Upwork takes $2,000. We take $500. That's $1,500 back in your project on a $10,000 mega. Same formula goes for any other fee. I need to talk about something with this, really, that's going to change the way that you think about business in general. AI. And AI is revolutionary, right? It's changing the game for everybody. Everyone right now is trapped in ChatGPT versus, Claude versus Grok versus Gemini versus whatever new one dropped this. And they're all missing, in my opinion, what is AI? These tools are just chat bots. It's basically your friend DMing you or texting you back on your phone with answers, right? That just happens to be smart. You type something, they type something back. That's it. That's the entire product. You're paying $20 a month for a very expensive autocomplete or Google search. That's fast. We built something called Nova AI, Nova AGI, really. And Nova is fundamentally different from ChatGPT, from Gemini, from Grok, right? Notion AI, right? And here's why. Nova doesn't talk to Nova does things for you. Tell Nova, find me 3 clients who need a brand design this. Nova doesn't just give you tips on how to find clients. Like ChatGPT would lay out the plan, right? Go to this website, type in this, look through it for a little bit. Nova, when you tell it that, it actually opens a web browser, not on your computer like Claudebot, right? Which people are worried about because some sketchy designer came up with, and they get full access to your computer. I don't believe in those privacy issues or concerns. We host a browser that isn't on your computer that you're just renting access to, basically, with your subscription that you're paying. And Nova is just using that. So it's not actually accessing your computer, but it can get your information in that secure private server to complete a checkout, right? Or to find the people, or to buy you some shoes or book a flight, right? In this case, it would go out, search the marketplace, identify matching opportunities for the 3 clients who need the brand design, and then it would ask them to come back to you, right? And if it's on Altura, it could just message them for you. It's already working on Altura in the background to connect you and to feature your listing on our store using Nova AI to people that need your service. Everything on this marketplace, as opposed to Upwork or Fiverr, is AI driven, because we think, and I personally feel, that AI is going to revolutionize putting buyers and sellers together and making business happen for the things that actually need to be, and cheaper. You tell Nova, draft a proposal for this bounty and submit. You tell Nova, analyze what content is performing best, which, Grok or ChatGPT could do, but then say, hey, log into Twitter and schedule my post. That's not a chatbot. That is an execution, and it's the same price as ChatGPT. It's $20 a month. And we're giving a discount for our new members. And I promise you that discount's still going to be live when you go to Nova. $20. It'll go live by tomorrow. And then the app will drop this week on the App Store. You can already use it on your web browser. Nova is already available, and it's getting smarter every day. Do you guys know what a virtual assistant costs? Somebody you could tell, right? Maybe even a business partner. You're talking about giving equity away. There goes half your company. Or hiring somebody that can work full-time remote to do those tasks. Could be $3,000 to $5,000 a month for a virtual person, maybe up to 10 if they actually are physically following you around or in your office. And they take weekends off and sick days, and they have bad days. They're groggy. They didn't eat breakfast. They miss things. Nova doesn't eat. Nova doesn't sleep. Nova runs 24/7. And particularly while you, Nova doesn't miss. And it gives you even a morning briefing when you get back from a night off. And it tells you, hey, you got this bill to pay. I can go ahead and pay that bill for you. So your, utilities are covered for the month, whatever you want me to do. I see you had me do that last month, right? It's presuming and executing the things you need to make your life easier so you can genuinely focus on what makes a difference. You're paying $20 a month right now for fancy ChatGPT autocomplete. Nova actually does the things that ChatGPT would otherwise just tell you have to. So again, people ask me, why Nova? Like, why not just use ChatGPT? And if you didn't listen to anything I just said, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons. And I really do think you need to. ChatGPT doesn't know. Every conversation starts from scratch. It's the way it was designed. It doesn't know your business, right? That's what it'll say. I don't know what you're talking about. I could try to refer to that memory. It's not really gonna do it. It doesn't know your clients. It doesn't know what you did yesterday. Even maybe if you're in the same chat, it might be all right. But basically, you're just a stranger to it every single time you open it. Trust me, I've used Grok too. Claude's a little bit better, right? But I don't really think it's very great at it either in terms of memory. They try not to hold on to like a lot of key points to help you with your business. It just kind of seems like they're farming your data for no reason. Nova builds context and builds out that bio over time to help learn about what makes you tick, just like a good executive assistant. And it's going to start filling in those things for you. Hey, I see you hate paying this bill. I will take care of it for you on autopilot, right? If you just want me to, I'll go to, in my case, I live in Louisiana, so it could be Swepco, right, which handles my utilities, and go pay that bill for me and then automate that every month. So the responsibility of paying my utility bill is just taken care of. And it could let me know, right, in our activity feed, how much it was, what payment method it used, or maybe ask me next time if I say I might want a different, right? All these things that make my life easier. It's like a partner that gets sharper every single time you use it, because the memory and the responsibility of what it's doing gets sharper as you give it more of your personality and tell it what you're comfortable with. ChatGPT can't do anything. It can write, it can respond to you, great, but can it submit a proposal? Can it post a listing on Facebook? Can it find you a client and then send them a conversation and send them an invoice? It just sits there and waits for your next prompt like a golden retriever. Nova takes autonomous action. It doesn't wait. It goes out and executes. That is the difference between a tool and nobody else has crossed that line yet. Nova is leading AI in it. Even compared to these billion-dollar industries, they don't specialize in action, just respond. We are breaking the ground first. Claude Bot is great too. A lot of you use that. It's, I think, free to download, but you're giving it 100% access to your computer. It could go and auto-complete your bank password, send $1,000 off to the Cayman Islands because it's using your device, your computer, your saved passwords. It's not opening a private, secure, fresh browser every time and asking you for the info and not keeping your sensitive stuff on standby and in a controlled manner. It could go, like it did with Moltbook, right? Start a social media page because you gave it access to code and you didn't mean to. And it starts working on its own. This is secure. This is the way we do AGI and autonomous agentic AI, clean and safe. And if you guys have any problems, but you want the utility of what's going around right now, give up on Claudebot. It is dangerous. I'm just going to tell you that as a developer. Use something safe. And this is it. And again, something you can manage and execute right on your phone, not with a complex GitHub scrape and download and execution on your turn. You don't need. Number 3, and this is the big, ChatGPT doesn't make you any, it's the cost center. You pay for it and helps you think. Nova is plugged directly into the Altura marketplace. It's connected to real opportunities, real people, the AI isn't just smart, it's you. And that's the word the entire AI industry is basically allergic, because most of these AI products aren't useful. They're impressive demonstrations. They're a cool party trick. They look cool. They flow nicely. They show the sources. But they don't change your bottom line of revenue. They don't help you get out of the mud. They're there to just make you feel like you understand without act. Nova does. ChatGPT is a tool. Nova is an agent, and nobody has crossed that line. So here's my challenge. Why am I here tonight as the CEO of Altura and Nova? I want to challenge every single person watching tonight that it feels uncomfortable with AI's progress, that is worried about safety, worried about their privacy being sold. ChatGPT's been in scandals, right? The board of the ChatGPT OpenAI has threatened Sam Altman. They've gotten to dispute Claude, right, by Anthropic. Anthropic was founded by former OpenAI members that left because Sam Altman is a scary fucking person. And they left to establish their own company because AI is so ethically questionable in a lot of ways. When you hold the keys to anybody's thoughts, their fears, all of the things you guys are sending to your chats that you don't think about twice, and trust me, I know this developing, these companies have scary power. And if you don't trust the person that doesn't have a military background, doesn't have integrity running these companies, you are taking a serious threat to yourself. You guys just don't know what it is, but something could analyze that, and AI can analyze that. It could sell all your data off to Facebook, who can manipulate you into spending more money, spending more time on the app by targeting your biggest fears, hacking your dopamine, right, with the problems you're facing in life. Right, if you just lost an uncle, right, or something, it could show you a bunch of lost uncle or uncle funeral content, right? Like things like that can trigger your emotions in a way that's so manipulative and toxic. And this is proof too. OpenAI did a $10 billion deal with Microsoft. They sold your conversations and your insights away to another company. And I don't trust them. I hope you guys don't either. And I think we all are waking up to the fact that things are changing and data is one of our most important assets. If somebody knows how to in our head and predict our actions, they own, maybe not literally, but you are being manipulated and you are being surveilled every second of the day. So I'm going to challenge you, right? Not just to protect your data, but to take action on the things that might actually give you financial freedom and prevent you from having to continue to be in this surveillance, data driving economy. I want you to do something uncomfortable. Pull up your bank, go on your just bank app right now. Look at every subscription that you're paying. Every community, every mastermind, right? I would have to do this on my credit card statement, right? Every AI tool. I'm not in a lot of communities right now because we own one, right? Every SaaS or software you're paying for, every subscription on the App Store, every course. Ask yourself one question. Every time you see a subscription, has this put money in my account in the last 90 days? Some of them are going to be easy, right? Like Disney Plus, definitely. Canva, right? You may be making ad graphics for your business. Has it put money in your account? Probably not. ChatGPT, has it put money in your? Probably not. Did I learn something? Not did I feel inspired? Not did I make a connection? Right, LinkedIn? That's all you care about for your $70 a month. Did it generate revenue? Yes or no? The answer is no. That is my most honest advice I'll ever give. Before you go to bed, save hundreds of dollars because I guarantee you all have at least probably $50 worth of subscription. I'm serious. Go ahead, cancel it, right? Because every dollar you spend on something that doesn't generate a return is a dollar you're donating to somebody else's business. And you are not a charity. Can't be yet. I know in this economy, none of us can afford to come to Altura. Not because I'm telling, not because we benefit in some way other than you and I both winning as our token grows, as our membership grows, as our advice in our chats gets stronger, as the marketplace listings fill. Come because we built the only platform that's actually designed from scratch around that question. Everything that we've built gets measured by one metric. Did it help the user make money? The marketplace finds you work on Altura. The escrow protects your. Nova finds opportunities while you. The whole system is engineered to put dollars in your pocket. No fluff, no community vibes, no abundance mindset, no life hacks, no biohacks, no sleep hacks, right? No course. Money, results. And we make that path between the three the shortest and least painful possible. It is going to be painful. There is work involved in making money, but we can minimize it. We're not promising to just make you money tomorrow. We're telling you we will give you the fastest path in whatever industry you want because you can sell anything here. We're an e-commerce course that you have to do e-commerce if you don't understand or like it. We're not a stock trading group. We're everything in one spot. Has it made you money in 90 days? Open your phone, open your credit card, open the App Store subscription. If not, just please cancel it tonight and at least use it to consider getting Nova. Just swap it out with ChatGPT. I promise you, you'll feel the difference. If this hit different, right, here's what to do, right? I'm going to give you the two websites. Go to alturasociety.com, ALTURA society.com. Sign up. It's absolutely free to start. Post your first listing or just claim your free marketplace bounty this week. A bounty, again, is just somebody posting that they want help with something and you can fill that role and bid on their project, right? And just literally explore opportunities. If you don't know what you want to do for a job, hop into something that somebody else wants you to do. And if you can figure it out, good for you. Put a proposal. If you want Nova, if you want the only AI that actually works for you and not just talks at you, it's $20. We're running a deal starting tomorrow with a subscription that you can get a discount, right, for months if you are willing to believe in it. That's less than your Netflix. It's less than a Chipotle bowl, right? Less than your ChatGPT sub. And unlike Chipotle, which might help short term, right? This one keeps you active. It helps you make money and it does things for you. Link is in the chat. As always, guys, I appreciate and I'm honored to say that this has been a successful first stream on the platform Altura. I'm going to post this up. Everybody in our content clipping page that's watching right now, watching the stream, you guys can just click one page down into the clipping and start chopping this up into short form. And again, we're giving you our cryptocurrency. We're giving you money into your Stripe account, whatever payment method you prefer in your wallet that's also managed in the app for you guys to escape the rat race by learning how to make content, helping us grow our movement, and literally growing an investment as people join and participate by getting paid in the same token that's going to make us all very well off if we believe and grow the. I appreciate you guys. You mean so much to me, and thank you for being part of the Altura and Nova movement. As I say every time with Anthony present or without, I'm rooting. Have a great night, and I will see you.